What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back a week, give you all of the tech news stories from the past 7 days, and put them in one single video. And this video is full jam-packed, nuts and all. Sounds kind of gross or salty. All about the Galaxy S21 series of phones. If you're not interested in that phone, don't even bother watching this video. Just cancel it. Jump to one of my other videos. Enjoy this video. Let me know your favorite news stories of the week. And again, there's tons of information about this series of phones, so you definitely want to watch it. We'll see you in the next one. Some very exciting news for some of you, so let's jump into the tech news. First story of the day is about the Galaxy S21 Ultra and the cameras that are on the back of the phone. And a little bit of again, these are rumors we're talking about, so some of this stuff might not come true, but I don't know. He's pretty confident in these rumors, so let's jump into the rumors themselves. This tweet comes from Not DJ Co, who says, breaking. Seems like no dual telephoto in the Galaxy S21 Ultra. Just 108 megapixel HM3 camera, an ultra wide camera, periscope, and laser auto focus. Now, telephoto cameras are good for those extreme close-ups that you might want to take, but ultimately, how many am I taking of those, and will these cameras work just as well? Yeah, so I'm glad it has laser autofocus. That'll be better for autofocusing. That should fix the issues we had with the S20 Ultra. 108 megapixel should help with, if you want to get those massively detailed, so you can zoom in photos and really still get a lot of detail in the photo. Not a big deal. A lot of this photo talk in terms of will it be good or not, should still be really good, if not better than the previous generations. It should be better. Again, the rumors of the cameras on the S21 Ultra are supposed to be marginally better than what you got with the S20 Ultra. And is that great? It's great in the grand scheme of things. Would we like these massive leaps and jumps? Yes, but it's such a short time frame in between the releases of these phones that you're probably not going to see huge jumps and leaps. And the last story of the day has to do with the Note 21, the S21, and the Galaxy Z Fold 3, and it has to do with everyone's favorite accessory for the Galaxy Note phones, the S Pen. That's right, the S Pen. Why? Because we keep hearing rumors that there's going to be Note 20. There's going to be no Note 21 phone, and that the pen's going to be with the S21 and the Z Fold 3 and all of that. Well, again, we've got another tweet from Not DJ Co, who's saying I don't even know what number that is. We'll just say 100 million billion % confirmed. Note series will continue to exist. Note 21 is coming. S Pen support on the Z series doesn't mean Note is disconnected. So what does all of that mean? It means that, from what he's saying, that we will see a Note 21 come out towards the end of this, towards the end of 2021. We're kind of probably somewhere in the end of the summer, early fall. It'll come out probably more end of summer, like that August, September timeframe. When we're also talking about S Pen support for the Z series and the S21, those should still be coming. S21 Ultra is still rumored to be getting an S Pen support. Z series for the foldable phones, which I'm charging right now, should still have S Pen support. It just doesn't mean they're going to completely get rid of the Note 21. And that's what we've been hearing anyways. It might not end this year, but it might the following years. And I would think it would. I cannot imagine Samsung wants to keep all of these phones that really copy each other. You'll have a S Pen that potentially has S Pen support now. You'll have a Note series that has full S Pen support. You'll have a Z series that has S Pen support. How many phones do we need that have S Pens that would take full advantage of it and work in a way that you're so used to with the Note? I mean, if they all do it, why do you need the Note? Or why does it need to be in the S series? So, and plus the Note series and the S series are so similar at that point. So it looks like next year, 2020, 2 years from now, 2022 would probably be a no-year release for a Note phone if everything plays out like it seems like it's playing out. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about Google Stadia. And if you don't know what Google Stadia is, it is Google's streaming gaming service. So you can stream up to 4K 60. Think of it like Netflix, but for gaming. And you do need a little bit of hardware. You need a gaming controller, you need a Chromecast a lot of the time. You can do it from your phone now and stuff. But if you have YouTube Premium, if you're a subscriber to YouTube Premium, you actually get the gaming controller, the Chromecast 4K, and I think 3 months of service. I have to double check on that. For free, absolutely free. I'm gonna put the link down below, and all you do is click on that link and follow the steps. So when you click on the link, this is exactly what you're gonna see. It's gonna say Get Stadia Premier Edition for free, and it's $100 value, and you end up getting, like you see over there to the right, you get that Google Chromecast 4K version and their gaming controller so that you can play video games. Again, I'm not sure how many months or a month, how much of the gaming service itself you get, but you can definitely click on the link and get the free hardware. And then next you're gonna see offer says claim, check your email for redemption instructions. You're gonna get an email immediately. It says you're almost finished redeeming your Stadia Premier, and it says you're gonna get an email in about an hour. And then once you get the email, which it didn't take an hour, I probably got it in about 30 minutes. This is the email you'll get. It has a code in there. As long as you just click the Redeem Stadia Premier Edition now at the bottom there, it'll actually copy over your code, I should say, and give everything for free for you. This is a limited time offer, so if you're gonna do this like right now. Don't wait. Do everything right now, because once the supplies are completely gone, you won't be able to get it anymore. Speaking of deals, Samsung's Black Friday deals are going on right this moment, and you can get deals on their watches, their earbuds, tablets. And speaking of tablets, I actually took advantage of one of their deals. Basically, they have their Galaxy Tab S6 for half off. Plus, I traded in my son's old tablet. We ended up getting the Galaxy Tab S6 for literally like 200 bucks. And that's basically out the door almost at that point. So very good deals going on, especially if you're willing to trade something in. Check out the link down below for Samsung's Black Friday deals. And the last story of the day, Galaxy S21 Ultra. More confirmation into some of the specs for this phone. So let's dive in. And the tweet comes from Ice Universe, who says S21 Ultra, WQHD plus LTPO 120 Hertz display. We've said this before. Again, it's just reconfirmation. He's got a good track record. So 2K plus 120 hertz display. It's going to be able to do 2K plus again at 120 hertz. It'll support up to 45 watt charging, which is faster than the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, which only supports 25 watt. 45 watt was also on the S20 Ultra. The main camera sensor, 108 megapixel HM3, this sensor, which supposedly brings in more light, so you should have better photos with dark images and things like that. And it's almost equal in width bezel, probably most likely to the Galaxy S20 Ultra. So even though the S21 Ultra is not this like revolutionary different looking phone, at least it's upping its ante in some departments such as the display. It's keeping that extreme fast charging. The camera will be slightly better, or it should be anyway. So again, we're getting these slight upgrades, and hopefully they'll give some really good trade-in values as well. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day, Google Photos. Now, I know a lot of you, especially if you're on Android, even on iPhone, probably use Google Photos to back up your photos and your videos. And you can do it for free, unlimited at high quality. What that means is high quality, you can back up videos up to 1080p in resolution, and then photos 16 megapixel in resolution. Completely free, unlimited. That is going to end June 1st, 2021, unless you have a Pixel 5 or older phone. If you have anything else other than one of those phones, you will lose this privilege, and you will have to, you get 15 gigs. So you'll have up to 15 gigs for free. And then beyond that, you're gonna have to pay, and you'll have to sign up for one of their Google One memberships. And currently I'm on the 200 gig one, which gives you obviously 200 gigs. You also get some extra member benefits, 3% back in the Google store when you make purchases. And you end up getting like I know I got a free speaker this year. If you up the ante to the 2 terabyte one, that one is $100 per year. And you get 2 terabytes of storage. You can share it with family. You also get, on this one, the extra stuff is you get 10% back in Google Store purchases, VPN for your Android phone, like I said, the option to add family. And then from there on out, it gets more expensive. 10 terabytes is $50 a month. 20 terabytes is $100 a month. So it gets quite expensive. But again, June 1st, 2021, high quality photo and video backups will cost you in terms of the storage you have. The free amount is only 15. gigabytes total, not per year, just total. And that includes the 15 gigabytes using your Gmail and your G Drive, and now your Google Photos will be included with that as well. So plan on, if you still want to back up your photos and videos to Google Photos, probably picking up one of these plans. I probably won't do it just yet. I'll probably do it in June. I'll jump up to the 2 terabyte plan. And at that point, it's gonna cost me about $100 a year. But for me, I feel like it's worth it. I know I could back it up to an external drive, but it's always nice to have it in the cloud. It's easier because it's more accessible. They index it with looking through names and things like that. If I type in like, oh, Greg, or dogs or lakes, rivers, whatever I want to search for, all that stuff comes up with Google Photos. And plus it's in the cloud. I feel like it's a little bit safer than if it was in my house, where my house could burn down, someone could steal my drive, and I lost all those memories. Last story of the day, wish I had it in my hand. Galaxy phones, a bunch of them that don't have Android 11 One UI 3 are soon, very soon, going to be getting them. And I'm holding up the Galaxy Z Fold 2 because this is one of those phones that will be getting it very, very soon. Now, as you can see from the graphics right here, it's gonna come to the Galaxy Z Fold 2 5G, the Galaxy Z Flip 5G, S10e, S10, S10 Plus, S10 5G, Note 10, Note 10 Plus. The Z Flip LTE will also be getting it very soon, I've heard. Now, we'll hit Korea first. So what happens is, probably in America and the rest of the world, you'll probably see these betas opening up within the next few weeks. My guess would probably be in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you'll probably see this over the entire world for all of these phones. Obviously, at least I know in America, it'll probably just be for like T-Mobile, Unlocked, and probably like Verizon or something, or whatever they Sprint. I forget what carriers it was here in America previously. It'll probably be the same exact thing. I'm gonna get it. It's pretty solid on wherever my Note phone is. It's pretty solid on my Note phone when I use it. I haven't had any issues with the cameras or just using it. And this isn't my daily phone, but again, I haven't had any issues, so I'm not worried about using it on my Z Fold 2 as my daily software that I'm running, because I don't know, I'm just not. And to have the newest, latest, and greatest software in there is always a perk. It's more fun, even though there's not that much of a difference. This video is all about the Galaxy S20 Ultra, and again, the S Pen. That's right, this tweet is gonna make you guys, I think, pretty happy. So the tweet comes from Ice Universe. He says, yes, I can 100% confirm that S21 Ultra supports the S Pen. Great news, right? I mean, when you look at this, you would think, okay, S Pen, is it gonna go into the phone? No, it's not gonna go into the S21 Ultra. We've spoken about that. We've seen renders of the S21 Ultra. There's no physical place to actually insert the S Pen onto the phone. I've also heard it's not going to connect to the phone magnetically either. So what does that leave us with? It means if you want to get an S Pen, it's probably not going to come inside of the box of the S21 Ultra. So if you want an S Pen, you're probably gonna have to purchase it separately from the phone. And then at that point, where do you put the S Pen? It sounds like what they're going to do is, and I've said, again, this before, it's not really anything new I've said, but it sounds like they're gonna have cases specifically designed for the S21 Ultra that house the S Pen. So maybe it'll be, I don't know, a little bit wider or something, or I don't know, maybe that will, I don't know, it'll connect somehow without you having to insert it into the phone. I hope it's somehow inserted into the case. That way it's easier for you not to lose the pen, because if you lose the pen, then you gotta buy another one if you want the pen, which ends up being another, I don't know, I think they're like 20, 30, 40 bucks, something like that. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is a size comparison, Galaxy S21 versus the Galaxy S21 Plus. So you can see how much of a difference in size there is between these two phones. Now, this is obviously just a paper cutout, but it should measure up with exactly what these phones are going to look like size-wise next to each other. And the S21 Plus is just so much larger. S21 Plus should have a display of about 6.7 inches, which would match what you got with the Galaxy S20 Plus. S21, the regular version, should again probably be around that 6.2 inch mark, which again would match the S20 mark. So you're seeing huge differences in the sizes of these. And at that point, I always want the bigger display. And I still think the S21 Plus will probably be that sweet spot, size-wise, in your hand, everything, you know, features, price, everything, versus the S21 and the S21 Ultra. And then lastly, if you're curious what the S21 Plus would look like in a real life kind of way, here is a render right here showing it off with its extremely slim bezels, camera at the top, which is small, and just overall a very classic looking S20 kind of design, carrying over to the S21 line as well. So not a lot of huge design changes here. Obviously the cameras will be different on the back, but in terms of the front, it's going to look pretty much the same. We've got a huge story that has just broke within the last few hours about the Galaxy S21, S21 Plus, and S21 Ultra. Android Police / Max Weinbeck have leaked this information, and it's more or less every single spec and possibly almost every feature as well that these phones will have. So let's dive right into it right now. So I'm gonna jump around a little bit, but here we go. So with the Galaxy S21, S21 Plus, and S21 Ultra, these are basically the full specs. I don't see any RAM amounts yet, but I would assume you're probably gonna see 12 gigabytes of RAM across the board, probably 16 as much on the Ultra, but that hasn't been in the cards just yet. But anyways, you can see 6.2, 6.7, 6.8. The big differences with the displays is that the S21 Ultra has a adaptive 120 hertz display, and the other ones have LTPS versus LTPO. The rumor is S21 Ultra will be able to do WQHD Plus at 120 hertz. The Plus and the regular 21 will not be able to do that, it looks like. Software 1.3, software One UI 3.1 across the board and Android 11. CPU, you're either going to get a Snapdragon 875 or an Exynos 2100, depending upon where you live. Battery sizes 4,000, 4,800, and 5,000, exactly what we've heard. The cameras are going to be basically for the S21 and S21 Plus, very similar camera setups to what we got with the S20 phones. They probably will end up having the same cameras as the S20 phones. The S21 Ultra will have more updated cameras. The ultra wide is 12 megapixel. The main camera is 108 megapixel, but it's a Generation 2 sensor. 3x optical and 10x optical on there. Connectivity, you're looking at 5G, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.1, again, across the board. The only difference is S21 Ultra is going to have Wi-Fi 6E, which is a newer standard for Wi-Fi. Colors, and we're going to dive into the colors and the cameras, like some more details after this, but basically the colors you can see right there. You get more colors with the regular S21, and then as the phones get better, as the S21 Plus, you only see 3 colors, and then S21 Ultra is only going to come in 2 colors. And to continue on with a little bit of deep diving into some of these specs, you're going to see that according to their sources at Android Police, they're saying that the base model will feature a plastic rear cover, and that the S21 Ultra will have a glass rear cover. S21 Plus, they're not sure. They're saying that the source is claiming that Samsung has been pretty happy with the consumer's level of happiness with plastics. The S21 Plus might be plastic, might be glass. They're not totally sure just yet. Also, you're looking at the S21 Ultra will max out at 1600 nits of brightness. By comparison, the S20 Ultra was 1400, so it's going to be 200 nits brighter than the S20 Ultra. Also, the contrast has been improved with the S21 Ultra, 3 million to 1 versus 2 million to 1 on the S20, so improved contrast. S21 Ultra will offer S Pen support, and the way they're going to do that is the stylus will not be included in the box. Instead, Samsung is planning to sell cases that will store the S Pen outside the body of the phone. So you'll be able to buy a case and an S Pen, and you'll be able to put it into the case and still have that so that you can use it. Diving into the cameras a little bit more, all of the cameras that you get on this phone, I don't know if it's just the Ultra or all the models, but basically we'll just say the Ultra, for instance. The Ultra, all of the cameras on there will now support 4K 60. So if you do ultra wide, you'll be able to do 4K 60 on there. Samsung's super steady stabilization will also be getting 60 frames per second. Samsung's cameras will also automatically be able to switch between 30 frames and 60 frames depending upon the lighting conditions, just like the Google Pixel could. And I guess that's something that you could do on the Pixel. I didn't even realize that, but yeah, I guess it's something you could do, and most people probably won't even use it anyway, as they point out in this article. They've also added 8K 30 frames per second, and I know a lot of this stuff we've already spoken about, but it looks like it's being confirmed in this article, versus 8K 24 on the S20 and Note 20 series. Also, you'll be able to do dual recording mode, which allows you to record out of the front and rear cameras at the same time, and it will allow you to view these videos side by side, picture in picture, or saved as two separate files. And Samsung also will be improving night mode with more manual controls. It'll improve moon mode, so you can get better moon photos, and that's already been included in One UI 3.0. And also EIS to make sure its frames are better when you take a photo. And then a little bit more about the colors of the phone. The Phantom Black colorway has a black frame and camera bump, while the Phantom Violet and Phantom Black colorways have a copper body. So there's a little bit more. And then also sources are talking about the Phantom White has a subtle blue tint with a bronze bezel. So a little bit more deep diving into those colors. So an absolute humongous leak by Android Police. I'll link the article down below. I definitely advise you to go click on that link down below and reading the full article to not only catch something I may have forgotten in the story, or just maybe you want to get some more in-depth information on it. But that is the full amount of that leak in terms of the body of it, and that's pretty wild. The specs are looking good on the S21 Ultra. It's definitely look like a phone that, even if you have the Note phone, you might, wherever it is, you might want to upgrade from it. You know, if you want a faster, slightly faster phone, better cameras, different colors. There's some reasons to upgrade. S Pen support, if you still want S Pen, but maybe you just want the newest phone, you'll now be able to do that. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the Galaxy S21 Plus. If you watched yesterday's show, we had a huge load of information leaks on the specs and features of the Galaxy S21 series of phones. One of the things that we didn't know or were unsure of is, what is the back going to be made of on the new Galaxy S21 Plus? Is it going to be glass or is it going to be plastic? Well, looks like Ice Universe has confirmed that it will be glass, saying S21 Plus back cover is glass. So he's confirming that. So if you were interested in getting the middle version of the Galaxy S21, no need to fret. Unless you wanted plastic, you might be upset, but it's going to be made of glass, which obviously feels usually a little bit more premium to me. I honestly could care less. I would actually probably rather it be plastic, due to the fact that if I drop it, it's not going to crack like glass will. I don't know. What do you guys feel about that? Next up, also speaking about the Galaxy S21 series of phones, we learned that if you live in Europe or a lot of other places, you'll get the Exynos 2100 processor inside. If you live in America and I believe South Korea now, you'll get the Snapdragon 875 when you get the Galaxy S21 series of phones. What about all overall performance of both of those processors? Which one will be better? And again, another tweet from Ice Universe. It is almost certain that the Exynos 2100 CPU has more powerful performance than the Snapdragon 875. And then he puts a little note saying European consumers finally laughed. So he's putting that last part because for the last few years, the Exynos processor has not been up to snuff against the Snapdragon processors. This looks like the turning point for that. The Exynos processors, the 1080 and now the 2100 are very, very powerful, and it looks like they're going to outperform, at least the 2100 will outperform the Snapdragon 875. The last two stories again about the Galaxy S21, and they're both from Ice Universe, and it's about the cameras, and also we're going to show off a little bit of a protective case. This is the Ultra protective case. It doesn't show anything that it holds a S Pen at all in this one, so you probably, if you wanted to get S Pen on the 21 Ultra, you're not going to want to get this case specifically, but if you wanted to see the color and the beauty of the phone, you might want to. Also within that tweet, it says Samsung uses 10x optical zoom, which uses a large pixel 10 megapixel sensor and supports 2PD focus, which is the strongest specification currently known. And to dive a little bit deeper in there, Galaxy S21 Ultra, 3 times 1/2 inches, 10 megapixels, and then also a 10x zoom 1/2 inches, 10 megapixels is the strongest optical zoom system known. And what does all of that mean? Basically, both of those telephoto cameras on the S21 Ultra have dual pixel phase detection autofocus, which is a big improvement over the 48 megapixel half-inch sensor from the S20 Ultra. So you're gonna get a bigger sensor, meaning that the S21 Ultra will not digitally crop will not digitally crop from the sensor, resulting in greater detail and light sensitivity when you take your photos. Switching to dual pixel autofocus for the telephoto cameras also results in faster and more reliable focusing performance compared to the S20 Ultra, which had very, very bad, at least up close, focusing. And this S21 Ultra is going to capture better overall portrait images as well. Again, dedicated because of that 3x telephoto camera, which all of that means wonderful, wonderful news. Better, more light, better quality photos, better focusing, better bokeh photos. This is big time with this line of cameras for the S21 Ultra versus last year. This is definitely a major reason, I think, to upgrade from the S20 Ultra to the S21 Ultra. Due to that fact alone, autofocus is a big reason to switch alone, or at least it was for me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. My question out to you guys is, how do you feel about this S21 Ultra? Bigger, better cameras overall? Is it enough reason for you to make you jump over to it from whatever phone you have? Let me know in the comments down below. I am without a doubt switching from the, again, I'll trade in my Note 20 Ultra over to the S21 Ultra. Guaranteed, I'm doing it. Count me in. Let me know if you're jumping on my boat with me, or you're gonna sink where you are. Let me know. We'll see you guys down the road. Peace.